Cardinals. Welcome back to the art room. Today I thought we'd take a little break and I could share some of my secrets and tips for making paper airplanes. So, strap in. Let's take the highway to the danger zone, buzz the tower, and get inverted.
Alright, so let's make some paper airplanes. First we'll start with an easy one. I like to call this the basic. You're going to take your piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half, hot dog style. Hot dog style is the long way. I like to line up the edges first, and after my edges are lined up, that's when I crease it. That's what gives you a nice fold. Alright? Now after you've got it folded hot dog style, long way, go ahead and open it back up. You're going to come up here to the top corner and you're going to take this corner and you're going to fold it down and in so that this line right here lines up with the middle right here. One, and again, line it up. What might help to do is fold that up so you can see just how far you need to go. And give it a crease. And don't worry if it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. It'll still fly, I promise. Alright, so you got one side done. Now you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you take this corner and you're going to fold it down until this line touches this line. Like so. Oh, very nice. Ta-da! And then we close it back up. This makes our airplane nice and pointy. We like to call this aerodynamic. The pointier the airplane, the better it flies. Or so they say. Now, this next part's kind of important. We're going to make the wings. Now, if you want to make some good wings, you can't make them itty-bitty. If you just fold the wings down itty-bitty, it'd be like a really fat bird trying to fly with really small wings. You want a pretty big wingspan. So what I like to do is I like to fold the wings all the way down until this line touches the bottom of the airplane down here. One. And like so. Fold that back up. There we go. That'd probably fly in a circle. So let's give it another wing. So we flip it back over, and then we fold the other side down again until this line touches this line down here. Fold it over. And voila! Your very first paper airplane. It flies pretty good. All right. Now, what if we take it a step further? Let's take that a step further. Let's start the same way. You're going to take your paper and fold it in half, hot dog style. Okay, like so. And then we open it back up. All right. Now, this step is going to be very similar to what we just did. So we take this corner and we're going to fold it down until this line right here touches this line right in the middle. And we go. All right, get in there. Just like that. Very nice. Crease it down. Okay, got it. Alright, same thing, other side. Take that and line it up with the middle, like so. And give it a little crease, like that. Okay, now remember what I said about the pointier the plane is, the faster it can fly, making it, aerodynamic? Let's make this a little more aerodynamic. We're going to fold these again. We want to line this line here right up with the middle to make it super pointy. All right. Line it up. And give it a nice gentle crease. This will make sure your airplane flies fast. Okay, now do the same thing to the other side. So this line right here lines up and matches up with this. Whoa, look at how pointy that is. I put an eye out with this thing. Seriously, don't do that. They do hurt if you get hit in the eye with them. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. All right. So now that it's nice and pointy, let's close it back up. Now for the wings, instead of just folding it down like that, making them flat, let's make the wings pointy. We're going to fold it so that this line right here lines up with the very bottom. So we fold it over, like so, line it up with the bottom, and once it's there, once it's wrestled into place, come on, you stubborn one. There we go. Oh, perfect. Very nice. All right, let's flip it over and give the other side the same treatment. And flip it down. Oh, now let's open her back up. Look at how sharp and pointy that is. Just frame of reference. Here's our first airplane. Here's our second airplane. Look at how fast this looks. It looks sharp and pointy and fast. All right, so the first airplane takes off. And the second airplane, woo, that one went fast. Okay. Let's do another one. This one's going to be a little different. Instead of making this pointy, this one's going to be all about that wingspan. We want to have big old wingspan. So we're going to fold it a little differently this time. We're not going to fold it hot dog style. Instead, we're going to fold it so this line here lines up with this line here. Now, it's been a minute since I've made this. Let's see if I can still remember. I'm going to fold it all the way over. Until it goes something like that. Look at that. All right. Nice diagonal. And then we open it back up. Now we're going to fold it the other way so that this corner comes down here and this line lines up with that. All right. So let's come over here like that. Hey, that's good. We're gonna wrestle it. There we go. Okay. Now we open it up. All right, now this part gets a little weird, so watch close. We're going to take these two triangles. You see this triangle right here and this triangle right here, and we're going to bring them in together like this. What? That looks really weird. Let's see that again. In slow motion. So you take and you pinch the outsides here. Then you bring it in slowly like this. Kind of weird. Once you've got that, and you can see this is kind of how it's looking overall, you'll notice there's a couple little folds down in here, this actually wants to flatten out like that. And now it looks like you have a house. Okay? All right. So what are we working with here? We got these little things. We've got some wings. So let's take this point right here, okay, this corner, and we're going to fold it upward until this point touches this point. Kind of like so. Okay? All right, so we've got that. Everybody see that? Now let's do the same thing on the other side where we take this point and bring it up to the top. And it's going to kind of make a diamond. Mr. Szabo, this is a weird looking plane. It is a weird looking plane. Call this one a glider, because it's got a huge wingspan, and while it doesn't go as fast as other planes, it will get you some good hang time. All right, so we've got these. You remember how to do this? Yeah. So this one's going to break that aerodynamic rule. It's not going to be pointy at all. It's going to be kind of flat. All right, up next, we take this little point right here, and we're going to bring it in toward the middle so that this line lines up with this line right here. So we fold over and fold it in, like so. This is going to give you something to hold when you throw it. So now we've got this little thing right here. And guess what? Yep, you're right. Do the same thing on the other side, bringing this point here and lining this up with this middle part. Folding it down like meow. Okay. Ta-da! All right. So we're looking like this. We're looking pretty good so far. Now let's open this back up. And you see this point right here? Remember I said we're breaking the laws of aerodynamics? Yeah, we're going to make this thing flat. So what we've got to do is we take this point and we're going to fold it down. Fold all this down just like that. Okay? So we've opened these back up and we've folded this down. All right? Now you don't want to fold it down too far. You still want to have these flaps be able to close. And it looks like I folded mine down a little too far. So I'm going to back that up a bit. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. It'll still fly. There we go. Okay, that's better. That'll actually close up now. Okay? So here's what you do. That little triangle that you just made has got, this little triangle right here, has got some pockets. It's got a pocket on this side, and it's got a little pocket on this side. Okay? So what you do when you fold this down, you're going to take this corner and tuck it into the pocket, like that. Okay? And you're going to do the same thing with this other corner. You're going to tuck it into the little pocket, like that. Push it all down, nice and neat, and you have a glider. Okay? Now it's not going to go as fast, but it will stay in the air for a long time. Okay, I'm going to show you one more. You ready for one more? Now you can't tell anyone about this one. This is my top secret design for the furthest flying airplane that I can make. All right. Now this airplane kind of breaks a couple of rules. It has no wings. It's really less of an airplane and more of a rocket. All right. So here's how you make that. You're going to start the same way we started the last plane, by taking this corner and folding it down here so that this line lines up with this. All right. So it kind of looks the same as that last one I showed you. but the end result is going to be way different. All right. Now, last time we opened this back up, but we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it like that. Okay? All right. Now remember, this is top secret. Don't tell nobody. Okay? We're going to take this piece right here and we're going to fold this down until this flat part here touches this flat part down here. We're going to fold it straight down like that. Okay? Voila. All right. Now here's where it starts getting weird. Mr. Szabo, that doesn't look like no kind of airplane. That's only got one wing. It doesn't even fly. Give it a minute. All right? We're going to fold it again so that this line right up here matches up with this line right here. So you're going to fold it on a diagonal. So we take and we roll this around, matching this to this. Okay? Like so. All right. Okay? All right. Now we start rolling it up like a burrito. What? That doesn't sound like any kind of step any airplane has ever been made with. No. Yeah, we do. We roll it up like a burrito. So we take this and we're going to fold it over on this line right here. We're just going to fold it over like so. And give it a nice, good crease. Okay? Then we're going to do the same thing. This line right here, we're going to fold it over again. This is making it really front heavy and super sharp. Then, guess what we're going to do? Yep, you got it. We're going to fold it over again, like so. And then we're going to fold it over one more time, like so. So you should have something that kind of looks like this. Now it's got this little flap sticking out. We can't leave that, otherwise it's just going to all come apart. You remember I told you about pockets last time? Well, guess what? This has a pocket too. Its pocket is right down here. So what we want to do is we want to take this flap right here, this little point, and we're going to fold it and tuck it down inside that pocket, like that. And then one last thing we got to do. Now this one's kind of hard because the paper's super thick at this point. We're going to fold this whole thing in half so that this line touches this line right here. All right, now you got to use all your muscle. It takes a lot of power because the paper is really thick. So get into the gym, pump the iron, get your finger strength up, and then kind of fold it and crease it down. Oh, like so. There you go. All right. Oh, you can see my hand is shaking with the effort. Bam. No wingspan, all aerodynamics. And this thing will go far. Tell you what, let's go outside and I'll show you. All right, so let's do a test flight. So first we have our first airplane here. Now these are going to fly a little different because it's a bit windy out here. Ideally, you're going to want to be inside flying them because there's not a whole lot of wind. All right, so here goes the first one. Let's see how far it goes. Not bad. It actually went right over there. So that's a pretty decent distance away. All right, let's try the next one. The next one we made was this guy. Let's see how far it goes. Now that was pretty decent. Went pretty far. All right, that was our aerodynamic plane. Now let's try our glider. Oh, it's got a bit of wind. I don't know how good this one's gonna work. Not bad. Didn't go as far, but got a lot of hang time. All right, now you ready for this one? This is the super secret Cheetah McCheetah Pants plane. The trick with this one is you gotta throw it kind of hard. And the way you throw it is you take your pointer finger and you're gonna set it right there on that fold, that little pocket that you made. Okay, and you're gonna hold it just like this and chuck it as hard as you can. And it's in the neighbor's yard. So, that's Mr. Szabo's super top secret, super flying far airplane. Let's go back inside. I'll show you just a couple more tricks.
So now that you've made your paper airplanes, given them a little bit of a test flight, let's play around with them and see if we can make them fly a little different. Now, one of the things you can do to make it fly a little better, maybe a little straighter, maybe you want to make it turn, maybe you want to make it do some tricks, one thing you can do is take the wings and take the edge of the wing and fold it up. Like so. You could fold the other wing the same way. Like so. This will change how your airplane flies. Another thing you can do is you can take the back end of it right here, and I'm looking around to see if I have any scissors. I don't, so I'm just going to use my fingers. You can tear this back part a little bit on the bottom, like that. Oh no, it's broke! No, check this out. You take it and you flip that fold around, and now your airplane has a tail, which is also going to affect how it flies. So there's all kinds of different things you can do with your paper airplanes. Experiment and see how many different types of airplanes you can make. All right? Until next time, have fun, take care, enjoy, and I will see you next time in